Okay, so now we jump forward. You're in college. You're like, all right, mom, you said I got these couple choices. Doctors where you recommend. You're like, I'm following it, mom. I'm getting my doctorate. And we'll kind of skip through the process and fast forward a little bit, but eventually you go to get your doctorate, you get it. You graduate from that. And can you kind of fill us in on there? Because I think there's a lot of people that listen to this that maybe their parents said you should go this route or you should do this, and people kind of fall into the question of, well, do I do what they recommended? Do I not? Is this going to create tension between us if I do what they said and then I don't like it and now I wasted my time? And you kind of took this interesting path where you were like, all right, mom, like you gave me this opportunity to come to America, and like this is what you want, and I'm going to do this because I love you and you gave me this incredible opportunity. But then once you got your doctorate, you kind of took a different path. So yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to honor my mom, but also remember back then there wasn't YouTube, Facebook, social media. Back then, not too many people knew what entrepreneurship was,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So back then, we're a different age where, you get a degree, you get a great job, or you start your business, and, you buy a home, get married, get a dog, get a white picket fence, you retire. That, that
Yeah.
was that was the plan. But right now, there are so many opportunities. You see it out there with people so young, just killing it, and, there's so many opportunities out there that, having it been right now, a different time, if I was going to college now, today, next year,
Yeah.
it might have been a different conversation. It might have been a different conversation because I might have found a different way to get where I wanted to go. But for my mom, it wasn't just, being successful, making money. It was the title.
Yeah.
Wanted a doctor or lawyer is the title that she wanted her son to have. But I don't regret anything. I went to college. I learned tremendously, a lot of intangibles in college that I wouldn't normally learn, like discipline, time management, working with people, being punctual, responsibilities, that led me to who I am today.
Yeah.
But for people who are listening to this podcast and they have, their parents' pressure, to go to college and something like that, I would say, you know what, do what feels right for you.
Mm.
If you think that college, look, man, in the grand scheme of things, going to college for a few years is not going to be, it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to meet some cool people. You're going to learn some new skills and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But learn the disciplines. Be disciplined enough to execute. Don't just not go to college and just sit back and play video games. Have a game plan and execute the game plan, and have college be right there in front of you, as long as you can hold yourself accountable and be your own professor.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's an interesting point you bring up too. It's like college is, let's say, 5 years, even if you stretch it, right? You took the long path, you took 5 years. It's like, truthfully, how many other times in your life is
Yeah.
something going to be presented to you where you need to commit 5 years to get it done? Right. Like, I know in society today, we're kind of faced with this like microwave society thinking, right? Where it's like, oh, I want to start something, and in 6 to 12 months, I want to be making $100,000 a year, $1 million a year, whatever it is. But the truth be told is, you gotta weather throughout the years, right? You're gonna have the ups, the downs, you're gonna learn, and eventually after years, that's when something can really pop. So maybe you even look at college as like, this is just a matter of showing myself that I can commit to something for 4 to 5 years, and that skill alone, and taking that into the rest of your life, like that, even if you don't get anything else from school, that could be profound for some people to be like, holy crap, I can do something for 5 years that I committed to.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. And I think, like you said too, like 5 years out of, humans today, we're probably going to live like 100 years. It's like, that's 5% of your life. It's, it's not that crazy, but I think what you're saying is true, is that, do what you love.